biggest surge to date. The ladies are talking live to Donald Trump about skyrocketing to the top. The red-hot Michael Ealy and Sanaa Lathan talk about getting crazy sexy with the perfect guy. And it's a View exclusive. The Muslim flight attendant who says she was suspended for fighting for her faith. It all starts now on The View with Whoopi, Michelle Collins, Joy Behar, Raven Simone, and Paula Ferris. Now, let's get things started.
To the View, y'all. It's the end of the world as we know it, which is a great song. And Donald Trump played it at a rally yesterday in D.C., and he just became the first Republican candidate to top 30% support in the polls. And he's joining us on the phone right now. Are you there, Big D?
I am. Hi, Whoopi. How you doing?
I guess not.
Oh, I heard him. I heard him. He said, "Hi, Whoopi. How you doing?"
I said, how are you doing?
I'm very well. Now you're in. Hey, now you're in. We can hear you. So we know that you don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to kick this off. You know, you were down in Washington. You're very upset about the deal made in Iran. And so I'm going to ask you about this. What if you're going to scrap that deal, what's your plan?
Well, the plan would have been, and I love the concept of a deal because nuclear is nothing but trouble. There's never been anything like it. It's the worst, and something should be done. Now, we have other places. You look at North Korea and other places, Pakistan.
Donald, we only got you for a couple of minutes, so I'm just asking, what's your plan?
My plan would have been to increase the sanctions substantially and make a much, much better deal. We do not have a good deal. It's a great deal for Iran, but it's not a good deal for us. It's a terrible deal. In addition to all of the money we're giving, $150 billion, in addition to so many different things, so many elements of the deal, it's going to lead to nuclear proliferation, and it's a very bad deal for us, and it's a very bad deal for Israel.
All right.
And I know, Donald,
I don't know what the answer was, Donald. I didn't understand the answer.
This is Paula Ferris talking right now. I know you also said one of your priorities would be to get those prisoners out, but I want to go to the recent polling. You are up 8 points since August, but your biggest gains have been among Republican women. You're up 13 points. So my question to you...
I didn't even know that. That's
you didn't know that. A lot of people are going to wait. It makes you happy, but a lot of people are going to be shocked by these numbers.
Kelly, Donald.
Well, probably that's true. You know, the interesting thing, my daughter Ivanka and my wife, they say, you know, you should speak more about women's health issues because they know how strongly and committed I am to it. And Jeb Bush and to a large extent Hillary are not committed like I'm committed. And they say, Ivanka came up to me just today. She said,
Hillary's very committed to health issues.
Well,
she has her whole career
done. Okay, speak about women's health issues because I've been very, very committed to it, and to me it's very important. And I did notice that in all of the polls and most of the recent polls, I'm doing really well with women, and which is good. Of course, I'm doing really well overall. But the other one that just came out, and it came out yesterday in a poll, with African Americans, I have 25%, which is the highest number that they've ever had for a Republican candidate in a primary, which I'm really honored by.
But Donald, I have a question. Why do you always slip up with your words when it comes to women? I feel like there's been a lot of stuff in the industry, in the news, where you slip up with your words when you're talking about women, but then you say there's so many women on your jock. I'm confused.
Right, I understand. And don't forget, to a large extent, much of what you've seen is as an entertainer, because, you know, I had The Apprentice, which was a tremendously successful show. And there's one thing having to do...
You never had me on it, so...
Yeah, I thought it's gone. Donald, I was hoping to get on.
I know, I wanted to get on.
South
but, you know, just to follow up on that, now don't hang up when I do this, because you talked about Carla Fiorina in Rolling Stone magazine, and you said, look at that face, would anyone vote for that? Can you imagine that, the face of our next president? Are you making fun of her looks, Donald? Because I know you don't like it.
No, I'm talking about the persona. This is Joy.
Yes,
good.
me.
Good to have you back,
yes,
Joy.
thank you,
I can't
Donald.
see you. It's so good to have you back where you belong. This is where you belong. That's great. But and I'll get over there soon, and we'll have to do the show that way.
Yeah, come live so we can look at...
I will say this. Look, I'm talking about her persona. She failed miserably at Hewlett-Packard. She failed at Lucent. Before that, she was at Lucent. She then ran for the Senate. She lost in a landslide. Now she's running for president. I'm talking about her persona.
Well, then why don't you talk about her brain instead of her face?
We need somebody that's success. I've made a tremendous fortune. We need people that can change our country. Our country is being beaten at every single stage, including foreign trade.
Donald, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Kanye West just talked about running for president. Would you ever go on a Trump-Kanye ticket? Is that something you would ever consider doing? Because I think people would be interested.
The thing I like most about Kanye West, he always speaks so nicely about me. He says the nicest things. So I'll never hit anybody that frankly speaks nicely about me. I can't do that.
But God help them if they do.
Mr. Trump, I have to ask you, because right now the majority of the support with Republicans is going to you, and it's also going to Ben Carson. You guys represent 51% as of the newest polls. It seems like the gloves have come off. They asked him to differentiate himself between the two of you, and he says, in comparison, I don't deny my faith in God. Have the gloves come off between you and Ben Carson?
Well, I think so. I think he started it, so remember, I like to finish it. It's happened 5 times now, and every one of those people went down. He talked about my faith. He doesn't know me. I hardly know this guy, other than he goes to my club in Palm Beach. I mean, I literally hardly know him.
That makes you one of the people, by the way. We've all been to that club, right, guys? Palm Beach, you know?
But, you know, in all fairness, I don't know so much about his faith. All of a sudden, he became a man of great faith. I didn't notice this 4 or 5 years ago.
Well, just, frankly, Donald, just so you
should not be questioning somebody else's faith when he knows nothing about that person, because I really don't know Ben Carson, and he certainly doesn't know me.
Okay,
and
well, to take this just exactly what you're saying to a sort of different level, because, you know, your stance on immigration is a little testy for folks, I think. And you're married to a woman who is an immigrant. Sure. You know lots of folks. Your parents, I believe, aren't Native Americans, so they were probably immigrants as well.
And Ivana, too.
And Ivana, and so what is it you're actually trying to say? Are you saying that all illegal immigrants, not just Mexicans? But wait, not just Mexicans, all illegal immigrants?
No, not Mexicans. From all over the world, including people coming in. We have people coming from parts of the world that nobody even believes. I'm saying illegal immigration is a tremendous problem in this country, and I want them out. I also feel we have to have a border. We have to create a border. We're a land of laws, and we have to create a border. Right now, thousands of people a week are pouring through our borders. They're pouring through.
Now, are you talking about the Canadians?
And you see the crime rate.
Are you talking about the Canadians?
But you know what?
What about if they look like models? Donald, what about the illegal model immigrants?
Are they
allowed in?
I'm talking about our southern border. We have thousands of people pouring through, and we can't do that. And by the way, with that comes tremendous crime. And as you remember, when I first announced, a lot of people hit me on that. Now they're all admitting that I was right.
Well, that's the way you said it.
Donald,
It was the way you said it.
I just want to be clear.
Yes.
Because not all Mexican immigrants are murderers and rapists. I just want to straighten that up.
100%. I have great relationships with people from Mexico, with Hispanics. And by the way, I came in #1 in the Hispanic poll last week.
I'm in a lot of polls myself, but my question, I just want to make sure, that when you're talking about illegal immigration, you are including all of the folks who are here illegally, and the best way in your mind to get people to not be illegal anymore is to throw everybody out? How will you find everybody?
Well, people have to go. What I'm saying is people have to go through a process, and we can even expedite the process. But we have to go through a process to become legal and be in this country. I want to have people come into the country, but they have to come in legally.
Okay. What about the immigrants that are already here? Can they work towards?
I have another question.
There's a pathway.
You know, a lot of people, Donald, think that you're still a Democrat. And I'm very interested in that part of you because a lot of what you say, I think, is correct. You want to tax hedge funders. Correct. You're not tearing up the Iranian deal like some of your cohorts, Rubio and the rest of them. You also are very sort of receptive to Syrian refugees coming to this country, which I think shows that you have a heart. Are you a Democrat, really at heart? Democrat, Dave, what's his name? Donald. Donald, I'm so used to calling you the Donald that I go. Tell me.
Well, look, I do have a very big heart, and I want to take care of people, and that's a very important part of leading, and especially when you're talking about leading a country. I used to be a Democrat, and Ronald Reagan used to be a Democrat, and he switched, and I switched years ago, and now I'm a Republican. I'm a conservative Republican, but with a very big heart. We have to take care of people. Whether it's on women's health issues or so many other issues, we have to take care of people. And I think that last issue is one of the reasons that everybody says, and I mean, you informed me today, but I'm leading everywhere. I'm leading with women. I'm leading with evangelicals.
Donald, what do you want to say to women? What's your message?
I want to say that I cherish women, and I will protect women, and I will take care of women, and I have great respect for women.
So you're not against defunding Planned Parenthood, am I hearing that?
I am against abortion, and they are...
Wait a second.
That is, Joy, that is a tremendous amount of the work they do.
No, it's not.
You've got, Donald, the thing that we want you to do as we go into the rest of this run...
Right.
Is you got to get a little bit more informed on what's going on in women's issues. It's just, and I don't say this with disrespect at all. I'm not saying this disrespectfully.
But I do think I am very well informed.
No, baby, I swear to you, I swear to you, Donald, you're misinformed here.
Let me tell them what it is. Planned Parenthood does abortions for 3% of the people who come to them. The rest is women's health, okay? And that 3% is not federally funded. So nobody's tax money is being used for abortions. And yet, if you defund Planned Parenthood, millions of women will not get health care. I think, since you've shown to have such a big heart for the Syrians, you might want to extend that to women in this country.
Well, you know, Joy, I'll tell you what, you said 3%, but as you know, the numbers are 55 and 60 and 65% of the money.
No.
Donald, you know what? When you come here, it'll be so much easier because we have to go. But we love you. We want it. We have to go to break. We want you to
come to the table.
Come sit here. We'll have some snacks and stuff, maybe a little wine. Thank you for talking to us, man.
Thank you very much.
We'll be right back. Thanks, Dr. We just got off the phone with Donald Trump. And
that was fun.
We got it,
That was fun.
We got a lot of tweets from you folks at home that we want to share. So what'd you see?
Let's see. They're not popping up yet, so let's just wait for them to come through.
All right.
They're not popping in yet, but let's just let that resonate. Again, those numbers, you guys went staggering. Up 8 points since last month, 32%. But his biggest gains are among women and those with college education. CNN. You know, that little network.
They're Republican women. They're not Democrats.
They're Republican women.
Where is he getting his numbers from? Where is he getting his numbers from?
Well, the same place he got those statistics from.
Right.
And where would that be?
I'm just saying, listen, you know what? This is a ride. It's going to go up and down and up and down. And he's on top now. Sarah Palin was on top last time this happened. Michelle Bachmann was on top of her. And, you know, it's a ride.
So it's a spectacle. We're at a spectacle point right now.
I got a tweet, you guys. I got a tweet. Sorry to interrupt you. Okay, so this is what's been on Twitter so far, dealing with The View, hashtag The View on women's issues. He said, they say, I think Donald will reevaluate women's issues after today. He needs some research on the subject. I think a lot of people need research on the subject.
Just bing it, you know?
I think
It's
pop it
right
into
there.
Google.
Super easy.
He has his numbers wrong on that.
Speaking of numbers too, you guys, right now, I mean, you look at Donald Trump and you look at Ben Carson. Neither of them have any government experience. Ben Carson is a neurosurgeon and an author, and Donald Trump is a businessman, and yet 7 out of 10 Republicans that were polled, in a different poll, by the way, want their next president to be somebody with no government experience.
I say one thing I do kind of like about Trump, I'm just going to say, is that he has his own money. Like, I think that, you know, when Bloomberg came to New York, and Bloomberg, who was one of my favorite mayors, he had his own money, so he didn't really have to answer to anyone. And there is something
scary, though.
I actually, well, with his ideas, it's scary.
But he can do his thing.
Yeah, but
I kind of like that he's got his own kind of protection, and he doesn't have to cater to certain groups.
But you know how much it would cost him to run for president with his own money? Probably $1 billion. He's not going to use his own money for that. Why would he?
He has to be using some of his money.
And I feel like when you have that much money and you don't necessarily have to listen to anybody, you don't listen to anybody. You have to start listening to the people that you want to represent. We were trying...
The new graphic.
It's a new graphic.
Flying in, guys.
My parents always told me, keep your mouth shut and listen to what's going on. You're much smarter when you listen.
Can I say that this Twitter idea? A letter has poured in. One. That's it. Where are the letters?
Well, they're pouring
They're coming. It's hard to go through because, you know, a lot of people on Twitter like to be rude.
We have like 4 versions behind of the iPad, so maybe if they were updated, they would.
Wow.
What is this? Look at that.
That's a good segue, Paula, actually.
We're starting a Kickstarter campaign for that, right?
Well, you know, this ride is going to go on, okay? This presidency... It's going to change every day. It'll be the white people, then it'll be the black people, then it'll be the Spanish people, and everybody's... And at one point, we'll figure out who those nominees are going to be, and then we can actually really have the conversations we need to have. Yeah. But one conversation we should have, because I don't know if you all are Apple fanatics, but I am... I like my Apple stuff, you know. This is everybody's out of their minds because Apple just, you know, released all the new Apple gadgets that are coming up, and including the new iPhone S6, 6X, or whatever, 6X. You know, just a bigger iPhone. I don't know. All of these products, you know, people say, oh, it's too much, it's too much. Here's my thing. I love my Apple products. I love when they come. They don't always work the way you want them to. And so I'm not going to get the first one now. Because I tried that with the Apple. I tell you, that Apple Watch pissed me off so bad.
Get the kinks out.
Wait,
I beat up my Apple Watch. I got it day one. I beat my Apple Watch up.
What did it do to you?
Because it kept going, I don't want it. I don't want it. I said, really? Siri, what's going on? She said, none of your business, bitch. You're excited about it.
I'm super excited. I got the Apple Watch as a present from my manager, and literally I'm on it like this all day. I'm like spocking, I'm Dick Tracy.
It's annoying people who have it.
I love it. And you know, Hermes, because I'm like Hermes, is going to start working with Apple to create some more designs.
Another thing we can't afford. Give it up.
What I'm excited about is what's going out. Isn't there a pin?
Let me bring this up. So one of the things they released with it as a bigger iPad that's as big as this table, and something instead of they released something called the Apple Pencil. I don't know why they didn't call it the iPen. Like why? It sounds like something you give to a teacher on Parents' Night. Like I got her an Apple Pencil.
I love it.
I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just a $99 thing you can lose within 3 days.
Why do you want to write on the thing? I thought it's all about.
No, there's many apps for it. There's many apps, and let me tell you what else I like this Apple Pencil is because you go to the third-party stylists and the tip is too big. Does anybody care like me? It's just too big.
Tip's too big.
I went there. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Morning show.
You just teed her up. You teed her up.
How can you look at me and say apologize? Really?
I'm so sorry.
I'm talking about vibrators all day. What are you talking about?
I'm like, y'all know that tip ain't big enough.
They did $18 billion last year, you guys, from the past quarter. $18 billion
down, and this is the problem that right now, I personally think, first of all, I'm a Droid user, which I know is like very poo-pooed upon, but I love my Droid.
I judge you every day.
Every day, and it infuriates me.
I judge you every day.
I still want a flip phone. Is there something wrong with me? I want a flip phone. It's so much easier.
A flip phone.
I don't care. Just let me call somebody. Keep it simple.
Steve Jobs, may he rest in peace, never wanted there to be a stylist. This was a big thing about it. That's why it came out. It was a touch screen. Yeah. And so now I just feel like they're scrambling a little bit. Stylist, bigger iPad, what's happening?
All I wanted to do is this. I wanted to go just like this. Look, Siri, I'm done. We're going to break. You cool with that? Bye.
And then she takes us to break.
Melissa Milano says that she may continue to breastfeed her 1-year-old daughter till she turns 6. Now,
It happens.
Wow.
It does.
It happens.
I'm not sure what freaks everybody out, but
Can I say do it in the old days?
Can I say what they say really fast? I'm sorry.
Sure.
Okay, listen. The average age for weaning worldwide is 4.2 years.
No.
Well, that's a skewed number because that's worldwide. You think of some of these international countries that don't have anything else to give their children.
They breastfeed till 10? That's like the average, right?
These are deprived countries. Okay, I have 3 kids. I nursed all of them, breastfed. Whatever. My breasts never looked better. Now I just have chicken cutlets and padding.
That's hilarious.
And by the way, no, I'm not pregnant. I had about 7 people ask me. It's just the angle right here, so I'm not pregnant with number 4.
Crazy.
But listen, this is between, and this is what kills me, this is between a mother and her child. And who are you to get in the way of me and tell me how long I should breastfeed my child, what's best for my child, and what's best for me?
You know why? Because she's Instagramming pictures of herself with her top off and a grown man.
What's wrong with it? It's the breast stuff. But this is the most,
so bad.
it's the most
What did she
natural
say? That was
thing.
so awful.
She was joking that her daughter just turned 1. She's joking that she said I could breastfeed my, maybe I'll breastfeed her till she's 6.
So that's not attacking your thing.
No, you know what I'm just saying.
You know what else she said? She also said, I think people are more comfortable sexualizing breasts than relating them what they're really for, which is another human being and to be fed.
Oh, really? Tell that to the men of the world.
I mean, I don't even have a baby, but I want to breastfeed until my stomach is flat, because I heard sometimes when you breastfeed,
Honey, the stomach is not. Why do you think people
Yeah,
ask
but
me
then
if
you know
I'm
why?
pregnant?
Because these lay over it.
you know what? What would be great is if people who want to breastfeed, breastfeed.
Yeah.
People who don't want to breastfeed shouldn't have to breastfeed. What I resent is when people come into your room, all right,
Get it, girl. Who just
into
said
your
that?
room after you've just had the baby and demand that you breastfeed.
Yes.
Now, everybody can't do it. My baby was born
tough.
with a tooth.
What do you...
And when, so you know how that worked out. And I could not get her to feed on either side. Once they figured out what was wrong, my chest didn't do it. It just didn't work. But I find now that people are very, very radical about not being able. If you can't do it, you're not really a woman. What the hell?
No, they're saying
I'm starting breastfed, by the way, and I heard that breastfeeding makes you even taller. Like, what a nightmare. Can you imagine?
I was similar. I have a question for the panel. Somebody on Twitter says if they can ask for it, they don't need it. My brother used to ask for it, but he talked early. He's like, can I get the ninny?
Like, there are studies that show.
My Uncle Ralph, my Uncle Ralph, they came from Italy. Uncle Ralph was like 7 years old, spoke only Italian. He'd follow his mother and say, latte, double latte. Latte. He'd say latte in the grocery stores and follow my grandmother around. I think it's perfectly fine to breastfeed as long as you want.
It's the most natural thing that I can do for my child.
Do you know what I mean?
But there are extended benefits, okay? If your child is between 16 months and 30 months when they can say, give me the what?
The ninny. Give me the ninny.
They still show that there's a decreased chance for them to get certain illnesses, and there are chances of asthma.
That's all fine, babe. But shaming people who can't do it or making people feel bad because they can't is a crappy thing to do.
Or women who work, who have friends who have kids, and they have to go to a pumping room. Sometimes there aren't pumping rooms,
I've
and you're
pumped in
just
the
out
bathroom.
there.
I've pumped in an airport laboratory.
Apparatus, you just stick it on your pocket like the iPhone case.
Get over it.
I think people, they're trying to encourage women to do it. It is doing the best thing you can for the kid if you can do it.
Listen, but if you can't.
No, but if you can't,
if you can't, or it's not what you want to do, that also is your choice.
I agree with that.
That's fine.
I just want to make sure that that's all clear. Now,
it is difficult, Whoopi. I bled too. I bled in the hospital and I had to start pumping.
But your kid didn't have any teeth.
My kid didn't have teeth. I know.
That's why I bled.
When I ran the marathon. It happened to me, guys. It happened. I never ran the marathon. Go on.
So, speaking of running marathons and such, 3 decades have passed since Vanessa Williams lost her Miss America crown after sexually explicit photos were published in Penthouse. Now, she's returning to the pageant as a judge. And she sat down with go ahead, give it up for Vanessa. I'm only sorry it took them so long to get smart enough to have her come back as a judge, but they finally did. And she sat down with ABC News' Robin Roberts to talk about the scandal. Take a look.
When you took those photos, you thought they'd never see the light of day.
Yeah.
Do you sometimes look at what's going on today and saying, I lost my crown because of that? Really? People now release things to make a career.
Yeah. That's crazy. To think that, oh, you can look at a scandal and think that that would be good for your career, where for me, it took every ounce of credibility that I had and wiped it out.
Oh, yeah.
If you take a picture, it's going to come
you
up.
release a sex tape.
Yeah, but now it's a career booster. You get a 2-picture deal and then a reality show.
But how could you not know that?
Those days, it ruined your career.
How could you not know taking
25 years ago, you know, people actually, when they said we're not going to release them to anyone, they actually didn't. When they said, yeah, people actually had some integrity.
That's amazing.
I know. But yeah.
And also back then, you know, now porn is so easy to get. Like back then you had to go, Joy, back me up here, to the corner store to buy your porn. I'm kidding. But like, no, now, I mean, it's like I feel like you take porn with a grain of salt these days, whereas then, and also Miss America is a very prim, proper kind of title.
But if you remember those pictures, they're not very porn-ish. To me,
quite porn-ish.
I'm sorry, that was one of the first pornographic pictures that I saw, and I've seen other things. Let's not forget about the other kinds of porn pictures
But
there are. That was very artistically done.
Kind of. They're artsy, but
here's my question for the panel. Do you think that Kim Kardashian would have a career without a sex tape?
Yes.
No, I don't think so.
Tweet that.
Yes.
I think she would read it. I think she would have a career because she's a smart businesswoman and she knew how to flip that. Exactly.
And her mom, because her mom, you know, her mom's very smart. Her mom put all of that together and said, you're not going to turn my kid into some slut. This bitch has a career.
Yeah.
And so that's what she did. You can see Robin's extended interview with Vanessa on Nightline right after Jimmy Kimmel. Commercial. We'll be right back.
Next, a View exclusive. Muslim flight attendant Shari Stanley tells the ladies why she says she was suspended for refusing to serve alcohol.
Hey, so on the heels of some of the things that have been going on, like the story of Kim Davis, who decided she couldn't, based on her religious beliefs, write out marriage certificates for gay folks. We have a different kind of controversy, but kind of the same. Shari Stanley is a devout Muslim flight attendant who says she was suspended by her employer for sticking by her religious beliefs, which forbids her serving alcohol to passengers. Please welcome Shari Stanley. Hey. What exactly happened? You're a flight attendant, and I mean, I think most of us have seen flight attendants serve food and alcohol, and so what happened in your case that was different?
Well, you know, the thing is as a flight attendant, our primary responsibility is for the safety and security of every passenger and crew member. That is primary. I think that it has been blown out of proportion serving alcohol because it's such a non-essential issue. I went to 4 weeks of training learning federal aviation regulations, learning aircraft, learning how to save your life if you happen to be my passenger and have a heart attack. Not once was I taught how to make a Bloody Mary. It's the non-essential function, the primary responsibility being safety and security. So what happened was, as a new revert to Islam, relatively new, the explicit ruling is that you cannot consume alcohol. I was not unaware that I wasn't able to serve it or sell it as well.
Because you were doing it previously.
I was doing it previously because I wasn't aware. When I became aware, I brought it to the attention of my management to say, hey, this is what's going on. This is what I now know. What can we do? No problem. Why don't you just make an arrangement with the other flight attendant, and then we'll go from there. And it worked 100% without incident. Even the young lady who made the complaint agreed to it. So it's not that the passengers aren't being served. I just can't serve them.
You say it's non-essential, though. I can't get on a plane without a drink.
I was just thinking that I need at least 2 drinks.
I mean, not for you, but for me, it's non-essential. For you as a passenger, we're more than happy to give you what you need.
Yeah. Much nicer.
So you're saying that another steward, or what do you call yourselves?
Flight attendant.
Flight attendant.
Yes,
another flight attendant could do the drink part.
Absolutely.
And what was snack boxes?
So what was the problem with that then? Why didn't they just do that?
There wasn't. She did it actually. She
so
agreed
why
to
did
it,
they
and she
fire
said,
you?
"Great question for her. Can't answer that."
You don't know.
We actually reached out to ExpressJet for a statement, and here's what they said. They said, at ExpressJet, we embrace and respect the values of all of our team members. We're an equal opportunity employer with a long history of diversity in our workforce. As Ms. Stanley is an employee, we are not able to comment on her personal matters. So
It's not a personal matter. It is a business matter. They took away my livelihood. I no longer have an income. I don't have health benefits. I don't have dental. I don't have vision.
What about then maybe moving to a job where you can fulfill all the duties within your...
Why would I have to move to another job? I applied to be a flight attendant. I love my job. ExpressJet is a great company, and we have the best crew out there. I've worked with great captains, FOs, flight attendants. Right. Why would I love what I am doing right now, and I should be able to do that if I want to. I do.
In the job requirements, in the sense of what we now know as passengers for a flight attendant to be, you don't necessarily...
Yeah, I want to talk about the legal fight now, because your lawyer's in the audience, Lena Masri. Lena, and you guys are prepared to take this to the federal court, but do you think that her case is similar to the case of Kim Davis, who had an inherent problem with her religious liberty, such as your client with fulfilling her duty?
So, huge difference between Kim Davis and the case of Shari Stanley. Kim Davis is an elected official. She took an oath to uphold and to serve the law, and by asking for a religious exception, she's essentially denying equal access to the law to a huge segment of the population.
Right.
She's refusing to do her job. In the case of Shari, she went to the airlines and asked them, I want to be able to accommodate the passengers. Can we set up an arrangement where my religious beliefs are protected, where I'm not the one serving, but the flight attendant that is always with me? It's a very reasonable arrangement for whenever a passenger asks that the other flight attendant
So if you had to do it all over again, would you take a job as a flight attendant?
I would. I love flying.
But they would tell you you can't do it unless you serve alcohol.
The law states that I should have an accommodation. It doesn't. I should not have to choose between earning a living and practicing my religion properly.
I'm confused because now I don't know what. So, why did they fire you?
She doesn't know.
Technically, they've not fired me. They've placed me on a 12-month unpaid leave, pending if after 12 months my employment could be administratively terminated.
We're going to have to bring her back. We're going to have to bring her back. There's so much. I know you have. Look at Whoopi's face.
And I know you're prepared to fight and take this to federal court right now.
What about working on an airline that's...
Okay, here's the deal.
We have to come back.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Let me do me.
Go ahead. Do you.
I was going to wrap up.
You do you.
But I'm just going to be cold now. Thank you, Sheree.
Thank you.
And thank you, Lena. We'll be right back.
Next, the sizzling stars of The Perfect Guy, Michael Ealy and Sanaa Lathan.
And Michael Ealy star in the red-hot thriller The Perfect Guy, which proves once again that when a man seems too good to be true, he's probably a psychopath. Not that I'm bitter. Take a look.
Do you love me? I'm not sure. You know, I don't know anything anymore. You don't know anything anymore. You don't know. I'm one of your campaign with some damn poll numbers don't add up. This is a relationship. This is a relationship.
Please welcome actress and producer of Stage and Screen, Sanaa Lathan, and real life himself, Michael Ealy. Get in here. Nice to meet you. How are you? Guys, take a seat. Take a seat.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here, Sanaa and Michael. What a gorgeous... I mean, I know you're not a couple, but this is making me very happy right now, I'll be honest. Thanks. I like looking at you guys.
Aww. Yeah.
Black people make her very happy.
Whoopi knows. Raven.
I mean, I'm your woman person. Hi, you guys. Hi.
Hey.
Welcome to the show for the first time, right?
Thank you. Yes, this is my first time here. It's good to be here. Good to be here. Thank you.
And Sanaa, you've been here.
I've been here, yes.
How long ago?
Like 150 years.
Okay.
Girl, you look good.
A long time ago. But I'm so happy to be back.
Good to see you.
And see Whoopi, who I love.
Either one of you in ages.
I know.
You like a grown woman now.
This body, though, this body? Get it in. Woman Crush Wednesdays. Let's go.
Thank you.
She looks great.
Thank you.
I have no idea what you just said, but okay. Okay.
Okay.
Michael, you pulled off a really creepy look in this movie. By the way, I saw the film. It is terrifying. Can you channel that look now, like that murder, psycho?
Can I channel it now?
Yeah.
Really?
Like, look at me and pretend that I'm in, like, great danger.
You're doing it? Don't you feel the hair standing up on your head?
See, but that's not murderer to me. That's like, show's over, folks. Bye. Gotta go.
I heard it took you a long time to get out of this character when you got home.
It did. But I got a little one, and he had a stinky diaper, and so that would always kind of wake you up and make you realize, okay, I'm just playing pretend at work. So
there were definitely days on set where I had to stay away from him.
Really?
I mean, he's just the nicest guy in the world, but when he was getting into that whole end of the final climax where he was so terrifying, it was scary. He would be in character, and I was so proud of him. Yeah, so good. So good.
Oh,
As are you, babe.
Thank you.
Producing and doing all kinds of stuff. So you got your finger on the pulse.
Yeah, I try.
Bravo.
I heard that Morris Chestnut's in the movie as well, and you guys have a very interesting scene with him where it's not quite a three-peat-some, but it's also like he's under the bed. We can't show the clip.
Yeah.
But there's a threesome?
Yeah, I was a lucky girl.
But you with creepy man. You're not so lucky because, when he hit that table, it's like, look, get up, run, go home now.
No, it's so true.
Why you lingering?
It is so true. I'm just talking about coming to work every day. If it wasn't him, then it was Morris,
Did you do the casting? Were you meetings like, not him, no, but go him, yeah.
Exactly. No, I had a lot of girlfriends trying to visit me on set for the first time.
I believe that. It's like live Tinder. Just swipe, swipe, swipe. I love that. You guys actually, the sex scene that you have, walk me through it. Now, you say you're method actor.
We want to know.
How method do we get in a scene like that with 3 people?
Okay. All right.
Seriously, though. Is it, like, weird? Is that a weird thing to shoot a scene like that?
It's always weird.
Yeah.
It's always weird.
How many people are in the room? Start with that.
Yeah.
How many people are in the room with you?
At least 15.
Wow.
And a lot of them are like,
Yeah.
A lot of them are like, guys.
I have to do
real guys.
I wish I was there, and I want to thank you, Sanaa, Lathan, and Michael Ealy. The Perfect Guy is out tomorrow. Please see it. It's amazing. Check it out. We'll be right back. Thank you guys so much.
The movie we were just talking about, it opens tomorrow. I want folks to go out and support this movie because this is as scary as anything else you're going to see. We want to thank you for making our job easy. We want you to have a great day and take a little time to enjoy whatever view your eyes happen upon.